everyone. So it's about Professor Pat Utomi that DSS have taken to court because he said he was putting together a team that would act as a shadow government. It's unbelievable, the kind of things that we have. It's a DSS, they don't have work and they don't have anybody to tell them that they don't have work. But anyway, Pat Utomi has said that, well, he for himself, he's not afraid of anything, that he will arrive in Nigeria on June 12th and head to Abiola's residence. Remember, June 12th, it's a date that is commemorated in respect to the election that was done in 1993, and that election was later annulled. For me personally, it's such a it has a personal and powerful impact because that was the first election that I took part in. I was 18 and I was so excited that for the first time in Nigeria that I was going to contribute to the leadership of Nigeria and who gets to be a leader. And the giddiness, the happiness, the power of being a first-time voter and standing on that queue, not minding the sun and everything and waiting to be counted and indeed being counted and the numbers being entered. And then the election was annulled. And for me, it was such a devastating experience that I vowed that I was never going to vote in Nigeria again. And for that was the reason why I never bothered about the Nigerian election in 1999, in 2003, in 2007, until 2011, when I would come to take part in that election. And the reason why I took part in that election was actually because of Nuhu Ribadu, the same Nuhu Ribadu that is National Security Advisor under Tinubu, whom he had said was corrupt and he was going after them. Nuhu Ribadu being what he did at EFCC, as EFCC chairman, and the way he showed such integrity and everything was the reason for me. I was like, okay, finally, for someone like this, I would come in. And I did my campaign, though I wasn't on social media or anything. I did my campaign there. No, I argued with a lot of people. People then were like, it was about, most people, they were either voting Buhari or they were voting Jonathan. For me, I voted neither of them. I wanted this candidate because that was one I felt, was the person best at that time. But today, if you ask me if Nuhu Ribadu is running for office, whether I'm going to vote him, I'm going to say no. So things change, choices change. There are people that you think you will never vote for them. At the end of the day, based on choice on ground, you end up voting for them. And for me, one of them is like it's like Buhari. Buhari is someone that I felt I would never have voted for. Even in September, is it September or November? I think it was September 2014. I did series of tweets. I'm like, no, after what had happened 2011, that he could have done something about that whole affair. There's no way that Buhari was going to get people's votes. But there were so many things that happened at the end of the day that made people to say, okay, you have to make that choice. And one thing I find interesting, even though people have been vilified, people have not learnt a lot, is that right now the same thing is happening with the bad governance of the illegitimate presidency of Tinubu. People are thinking about coalition. People are thinking about, okay, some people that they would never have even thought of voting for before, they are thinking about them. I see the fact that El-Rufai is being deodorized by Tinubu's very bad illegitimate government, where some people who would never have wanted anything to do with El-Rufai are now saying that, oh, maybe El-Rufai should be running mate to PO, maybe this, maybe that. And for me, I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at them and thinking, sometimes is that need, things become so bad that you make option. Even though Nigerians today we sit down and think, think about the future. But anyway, this today it's about Pat Utomi, who is saying that for him, he's coming back on that June 12th. And he said as soon as he comes, he's going to head to Abiola's residence. He said, my hands are primed for handcuffs. He's waiting for that arrest. And if the Aquino treatment from Marcos bullet at the airport is preferred, he said, I submit to willing like a lamb led to slaughter. Death is no big deal 4 of my friends are in the morgue. And I think Pat Utomi is at that age where literally you just see your friends falling left, right, and center. If I'm not mistaken, he should be in his 70s. If it's not his 70s, probably late 60s. So that's the age where a lot of people are already there. A lot of people are dying. Even in my own age here, 50, we are losing a lot of people around our age set and even younger. So when you're talking about death, death has lost its fear in Nigeria, especially where it's something that is being given out indiscriminately by terrorists. I mean, you've heard the news, the other this thing that coming out. Terrorists, I think is it in Zamfara State or one of those this thing, abducted a family. The woman gave back to twins, and they fed the twins to dogs. Yeah, yeah. Another imam that was abducted with his, with his children. Heinous thing also being done to them. Terrorists are doing so many atrocities in the northern part of the country, but unfortunately, we've politicized these killings. We've turned them into, oh, if you're a killer, and that's why I did a video the other day I talked about the fact that for your death to matter in Nigeria, you have to be strategically placed. If that family that it happened in Zamfara there had happened maybe in Edo or in Imo or in Southern State, woo, it would be opportunity to weaponize tribalism, to bring all sorts of things in. But they're killed in Zamfara by, terrorists who are potentially Muslims. So it doesn't make any story. If those family, their religion was different, then maybe they were Christians, then it would matter. It would be blown out. And some will be able to say, yes, they are killing Christians in Zamfara. Then the other ones, when it happens in the south, oh, yes, they are killing Northerners in the north. But at the end of the day, it's human beings that are being killed. It's Nigerians, it's you and I. They don't care about our religion. They don't care about our tribe. They don't care about our gender. They don't care about our age. It is us that they're killing. And these are the things that are going on. So Patitomi is there with all of these things going on. What is there, to fear in death? And then, of course, Patitomi has gone on and he said he's hearing people's solidarity has been coming on from all places. But according to and this is something that he said opposition front bed sometimes call shadow cabinet or shadow champions call for sack of those who have caused great grief, severe grief to people. And so one thing I find very surprising is that people who said they were going to set up parallel government, if I'm not mistaken, are now going after people because they say they are going to set up shadow government. What's a shadow government? It's not taking over government. It's a shadow government. For the same people who keep saying, oh, profile solution. It's not an opportunity for you to go and sit and be learning from the shadow government what they are doing and carrying the solution and putting it there. But like, who am I even talking to? Nobody rigs election to give anybody good governance.